I'm Nicholas Vining. I'm the technical director of Gaslamp Games,
I'm David Baumgart. I'm the art director at Gaslamp Games.
and here to show you a little bit about Clockwork Empires, which is our upcoming sandbox steampunk colony builder with occult influences, and this is a hotel room we're doing it in. So, without further ado, David is going to play, and we're just going to talk about what's basically happening.
All right. The player is settling the frontier for a sort of weird world steampunk version of the British Empire at the height of its imperial hubris and power. So you're sent out into the wilderness to extract resources and spread civilization and,
Cover the land in progress, that kind of a thing.
chop down all the trees, etc.
Pollute the rivers of our beloved scarlet effluvia.
So we jump right in, and we're thrown into the darkness of the unknown. We have 20 starting colonists, whole
Whiskey and handguns.
whiskey and handguns, all the tools and bricks and planks and
Lots of
materials you need to survive and start a colony. If we unpause, the characters will sort of wander around and just chat to one another, drink whiskey as they're inclined.
All of our characters have memories. They all have personality traits. They remember the conversations they had with people about various topics, how they feel about each other based on those conversations and their reactions. And as they go, they will form relationships, remember who they like and who they don't, and turn into friends and get married or become bitter rivals and enemies and kill each other.
If we just leave them to their own devices,
They'll
they'll wander around, they'll chat, but eventually they'll get hungry, and they'll eat all the food that we brought with us. And then at some point, someone's going to die of starvation, and then they'll get really hungry, chop up their body, and eat them. So yes, we do have cannibalism.
So now that we've covered the important stuff, let's tell you a little bit about...
We don't want cannibalism in our colony, so
Yes.
let's go collect... Okay, you don't actually mind control characters. It's not like, don't worry about your APM. You're sort of the invisible hand of the bureaucracy. What you do is you create tasks and jobs, and then a work crew will claim that and just carry it out for you as they're able. So I'm going to go collect some of this weird black fungus on the ground. There we go. There. So now we have something to eat. And there are lots of trees around, so we might as well chop those down because you have to collect logs and planks and stuff to build progress.
Absolutely. Progress. So, because we're trying to get away from micromanagement, we use the Empire class system to our advantage. You have upper class, middle class, and lower class characters. And typically what happens is you have a middle class work party, which is managed by one middle class overseer or artisanal worker, and they have a bunch of lower class laborers of various sorts working for them. So here we have an overseer directing tree chopping, and also feeling very hungry. And somewhere else, another overseer is off directing fungal picking operations. We have these lovely baskets of black fungus that they will eat, I guess, because that's delicious looking.
They're hungry enough.
They're hungry enough. I think you should build a farm. Maybe some
build a
opium.
farm. It's important that we don't have to eat too much strange mushrooms found in the wood.
So let's grow opium instead.
Maybe not opium. I don't think...
Oh, come on.
I'll grow the opium.
Grow the opium and maybe some cabbage.
So you just,
Yeah,
place
click and drag a farm.
Click and drag, on the building grid. Really straightforward. So here, we'll grow some opium, Nicholas.
Thank you.
And the other one, I'll choose cabbage. Because cabbage is great. I don't care what you think.
Can you smoke it?
Alright, so we should probably also get some shelter up, because there's absolutely nowhere to sleep. So, I just pull up the building menu, and how about a lower class house? So it's a somewhat miserable bunkhouse, but it'll do. This is the frontier.
Charming accommodations.
So again, you just pull up a building grid, drag out to designate where the building goes. We have nice blueprints.
Yeah. You can specify the shape of your building, unlike other games. You can specify how many doors you want on it, where you would like the doors. You put in modules.
Yeah, all the objects in a building are, we call them modules. They're just like doors, cots, workbenches, lamps, fabulous paintings.
Ugly paintings.
I'm going to put a lovely painting on
Yeah, somebody's uncle or something.
And how about some cots so they can sleep?
No, put that one there.
I did get that one there. Here, let's put a cheaper painting next to it so they have, contrast. There we go. So, like the other jobs, this will be taken on by a work crew as they're available. You don't have to micromanage all that.
They'll pick up the building materials, they'll come to the site, they'll build the building for you, the way you laid it out, and then they will start installing the lamps and things. So let's also get a carpentry workshop going. Let's talk a little bit about carpentry.
And here we have our farmers. They
furiously farming.
Cabbage and opium.
Oh, the opium.
A perfect combination. All right. So I'll need a carpentry workshop so I can start processing these trees that I'm chopping down.
A loading bay door.
Loading bay
So
door.
loading bay doors help you get people into the building and out faster, and supplies in and out faster.
You know, put down a workbench so they can work, and a standing desk so that the overseer can do paperwork.
It's very important to do paperwork.
Bureaucracy is very important in the Empire.
All hail the bureaucracy. The invisible hand that keeps us going in our darkest hours.
Stirs our hearts and
Moves us
controls our
to
lives.
pen and ink.
Alright, so we have not run into any fish people yet.
I could sing a song about the bureaucracy while we wait for fish people.
We don't have to wait.
Okay, let's.
Okay, so say we didn't farm cabbage and only opium, and people got terribly upset and hungry. They'll start, you know, becoming upset and straying from the path of the Empire. They'll start getting dark thoughts and
Eventually, what he's trying to say is cults. Let's
They'll
talk
start-
about cults.
they'll start forming cults. I mean, another way this may happen is, you know, we could send an explorer out, perhaps they find an artifact out in the woods. Here, I'll send
Send an explorer out in the out in the woods to find the artifact.
like the other job system, I just say, you know, explore over here, and then the a free naturalist will go out there, explore, poke around in things they're not meant to poke around in.
You can see we've built the lower class bunkhouse, and people are installing cots and things. And
So
throwing
they
out
grab the
wood.
lumber, bring it to the construction site, and then hammer away. There we go.
Wonderful.
Okay, there's our explorer.
And
heading
there's,
out
there's somebody over there who's trying to start a cult. I think you just missed. There we are.
Oh.
And no, not having it. We are not happy about cults. If you look at her personality traits, we may find out why that is.
Okay, because everyone has randomly generated personality traits. For example, she is patriotic.
She's patriotic, which means that, you know, cults are not patriotic. I mean, it's not the sort of thing you do. Stiff upper lip and all that.
She is strange,
She is strange.
So
Maybe
that-
she
that's
would
a-
like cults later on if she was more upset.
but she's also xenophobic. So she doesn't like outsiders or,
Anything, really.
you know.
Albertine Thatch. What a great name.
All right.
There's a person crying into some mushrooms.
Right. So no fish people are forthcoming. But say, you know, you went to the beach, you started overfishing or ruining the excellent sand. If this is a fish inhabited by fish people, fish?
A biome inhabited by fish people. If there are fish people fishing, going about their daily lives.
They will not like this, you know, your construction projects going on there. So say we piss them off somehow. We're growing cabbage by the beach. They hate cabbage. I will use my magic developer tool to spawn some fish people.
Piss them off is not vocabulary approved by the Empire. And, fish people. Ah! In the cabbage!
They're in the cabbage.
Run!
Everyone's
Run!
fleeing
Everybody
and running.
will now flee
Again,
in terror.
they're all.
Somebody's gone into the house, they're busy killing. Oh, that's just bad.
Oh no!
No, no, no. And
Fish fight.
Fish fight. A fish fight?
It's a
Oh.
fist fight with fish people. And they're having terrified thoughts because they'll actually create memories of this.
Yes, people will remember being harassed by fish people and being
she got-
touched by their slimy hands, and they will be driven to drink and morbid thoughts. Fish people will attempt to kidnap your characters and take them back to the sea to change them into fish people. So you may find, you know, your colonists were dragged off and then returned, and they may have, you know, a couple of fins sticking out of them, that kind of thing. A little green around the throat.
Gills.
Charming new gills, you know.
Oh, they're
So-
attacking our berry collectors.
No, and
That's terrible.
yes, everything is
So
dreadful.
again, they'll create memories about this, and
Yes.
if their memories are sad, or it affects their overall mood and may drive them to drink.
The-
And our military has automatically responded. There they go. They're grabbing more guns. So they shot one fish person dead.
And now they're dancing because they've noticed the other fish people killing everybody yet.
This colony is terrible.
Well, that's what we get for making opium first.
But we sort of revel in the things going wrong. Like, there are consequences. So, for example, this guy has just cut up the fish person's body to make enormous fish steaks. So if he gets hungry and he doesn't like cabbage, well,
we
he's
have-
going to eat the fish steak.
More migrants have now arrived because they're apparently enthusiastic. This is still better than life at home. Or actually, maybe they're criminals. The Empire will send you a lot of criminals. How are we doing? Everybody is dying, and there are dead bodies everywhere. And
There's a
blood
dead
and
body
guts
in the
all over the
bunkhouse.
place, and a collection of yeah, that is a dead body in the bunkhouse, and people are now going out of the bunkhouse in the dead of night with axes. I'm not actually sure what's going on here at this point. One of the nice things about emergent behavior is you don't know what will emerge. And we are
So we have people trying to harvest cabbage and opium.
A
But now
poet
being
is in the
menaced by-
opium, crying, and there we go. I think our
Our
time
monitor
machine
goes-
just died. There we are. So, in conclusion, we now have opium, we have a poet, everybody is dying.
Clockwork Empire is where things going terribly wrong is terribly amusing.
Our website is www.gaslampgames.com.
Or clockworkempires.com.
Or clockworkempires.com. We have a weekly mailing list. You can sign up and we will send fun things to you. We have a weekly blog post every Wednesday at 10 a.m. where we tell you what's going on. It's 10 a.m. Pacific time, sometimes a little later depending on how much we have to find fun things. You can follow us on Twitter at Gaslamp Games. We expect to have a playable alpha for an early access soon, where soon will be discussed later.
2014.
Spring 2014
is our vague
nebulous timeline. When the stars are aligned, we will be releasing this into the world.